Hello, everyone. This is Archive 12, and today I am excited. Do you know why I'm excited? I am excited because we are listening to Jonathan Young, and he has created a Helldivers X Warhammer metal song. Now, he's been very, very, very skillful with both his Helldiver and his Warhammer songs. So the fact, and obviously this is to celebrate the crossover between Helldivers 2 and Warhammer 40k, because they're getting the Cadian Guard skins and they look phenomenal. I know that some people think that they could probably look better, but these are Cadian Guard themed skins, not exact replicas. Some might point to the ODSTs as being like, well, they made exactly replicas of those. That's an argument for a different time. The point is that they still look really good. And of all the franchises that could be combined, Helldivers and Warhammer have very, very similar like mentalities when it comes to the way that the humans treat the alien factions. Also, look at this. This looks like it could be like a Fallout thing, but it's not. It's literally the Helldivers and Warhammer Space Marines helmet crossed over. This looks so cool. I love this little logo. I think I'm gonna love this song because Jonathan is a wizard with both his Warhammer and his Helldiver songs. So I genuinely think that this is going to be one of the best of both of those genres. Link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because we'll be pausing it. We'll be talking about it. And without further ado, let's get started. Ooh, that's a cool. I want that t-shirt so bad. I don't know if I doubt I'll be able to afford it, but I want that t-shirt so bad. That's so cool. Oh my god. Okay. For one, is it the fact that this genuinely could be for either or? You could play this in either playlist and it would fit. If you have a Warhammer 40k playlist like I do, and you put this in there, it would fit. If you put this in a Helldivers exclusive playlist, it would fit. This is perfection. Taking both of these genres, both of these franchises, and combining them is like, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. The only thing that would make it more perfect is if like Warhammer 40k decided to do a crossover with Helldivers in Space Marine 2, or maybe in like Rogue Trader or something like that, so we get Helldiver themed cosmetics in there. But like, that's the only thing that would make this crossover even more perfect, because now we've got Cadians in Helldivers, and now we've got a theme song for this. So now we just need to have like Helldivers in Warhammer. This is, and I can already think of lore behind that too, by the way. I'm like, my mind is already going straight to how can we convert like Helldivers into Warhammer 40k, like into the mythos, just like Helldivers does with their crossovers, like the ODSTs and the Helgast, and soon with the Cadian Guard. How do we do the opposite? how can we bring Helldivers into Warhammer 40K as lore accurate troops? I can think of like a dozen different ways just from listening to this song. This is perfect, okay? I don't think I could have asked for something better, because I kind of expected that this is how it was going to play out, because like I said before, when you've got someone like Jonathan who has done both Warhammers, both Warhammer 40K and Helldivers songs, and has become a master at creating these songs, it only seems natural that the moment he starts combining those two franchises together into a song of his design, it only makes sense that it's going to come out as perfect, because he's mastered being able to sing about both franchises. But I don't think I realized exactly what perfect sounded like. I don't think I understood what I was asking myself. Like, what when I looked at this, I was like, what am I expecting? Like, what potentially could I be expecting? I don't think I was prepared. I don't think I was ready, because this is incredible. Oh, that is a line. That whole second verse was, I could see how someone could actually turn that into propaganda against both Super Earth and the Imperium. It's like, you've got leaders who send you to your deaths, and you don't question it. And then you also, like, they prefer you dead over veterans, because at least you, like, if you die, you further the cause. If you're veterans, that means that you might have managed to survive some battles, but you may have had to retreat. If you die, instead of retreating, you hold the line. It's like, I could see how that could be used as a counter argument, but it works so well to describe both the Imperium of Man and Super Earth. I don't think that there could have been a better way of describing either one in a verse than what he just did. That was that was perfect. The visual glitches are interesting. Oh, we get one more? Okay, I'm good with that. That was perfection. That was insanity. everything that you could potentially describe as a Jonathan Young song, that's what that was. That was, my God. I don't genuinely believe that you could have gotten better. And if you could, I want to see it. I want someone to prove to me that that could have been better. Because to me, that was perfection. If you're going to combine these two franchises and you need a theme song for it, that's what you get. That's what you get. That's how you do it, okay? That's right there is how you do it. What else is there to say? I loved the fact that we got one more repeat of the chorus. The instrumental was probably the best that we've heard from either Helldivers or Warhammer. And that's saying something because there have been some phenomenal Helldiver and Warhammer songs. So if it's not the best, then it's easily in the top 5. Like I said before, the way that he worded it, it could go for either franchise. You could put that in a playlist for either one and it would fit. The only thing I think that would have made it feel a little bit more Warhammery would have been if they had mentioned something about empires or imperiums, or mentioned Terra by name. Because obviously Terra is Earth, but they refer to it as Terra in Warhammer. So like I think those are the only two things that probably could have made that even more perfect than it already was if they had talked about, if he had managed to talk about something about like the fact that he mentioned, I know where he could have done it with the Empire one. He could have done it in the second verse when he was talking about how the leaders you know, ask us to die without question, basically. He could have potentially worded it something along the lines of like the leaders of our empire, or something like that. Because I mean, Super Earth is an empire. Like it might be managed democracy, but it is as much of an empire. It is as much of a stylized fantasy version of an empire as like the United States is. The United States is an empire. That's what it is. By all technical definitions, it's a democratic empire, but it is an empire nonetheless. It has been for a long time. Super Earth's an empire. So I could have seen that if you had used empire, at any point in the song, it could have easily described the Imperium of Man or Super Earth. But barring those minor tweaks, yeah, like I said, this is perfection. This was the best theme song that you could have created for both franchises together. And the fact that like we're getting a crossover between Helldivers and Warhammer, and I kind of wish that we could get a crossover, even if it's just a helmet for Space Marines, like get a Helldivers themed helmet for Space Marine 2. Like there are multiple Helldiver helmets that would probably work very well as a Space Marine helmet. Just, you know, as an honored crossover for the other side, I think that would be fantastic. But this was peak. This was top notch. This was the absolute like pinnacle, I feel like, of both the Warhammer and the Helldiver songs that Jonathan has created so far. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. I am Arcop12, and I will see you in the next video.